everybody. This is another Ask the Coach session with myself, Melanie Jacob, and we have
Chris Elphick from Brentford Consulting. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us live today. Today is another episode of Ask the Coach, and it's through Espresso page. For those of you who are just joining, Espresso has this. Ask the Coach is a section in the Espresso magazine that features communication between a coach and an entrepreneur or a business person. So today we will be talking about another topic, which is planning, and then we'll move on to the people. In our last episode, we've touched mainly on planning, and we're going to be going through a little more on planning today. So we've been focusing on the counting down of the weeks towards the borders opening, and we're now 6 weeks away from the borders opening, right?
Yeah, exactly 6 weeks.
Yes, so in our last episode, we've been discussing planning as it relates to what each businesses should be doing in order to be prepared for the borders to be open. And we've touched on a lot of things that are in line with planning. Chris, do you want to say something more on that?
Okay. So before that, have you had a good week?
Yes, I did. It was a nice weekend.
Yes. Okay. Interesting, isn't it? As we're getting nearer the border, obviously people are talking about all the issues. I think the issues around planning, we have to accept that planning might be very short term. It might be what we're doing today or tomorrow. Yeah. Might be over the next week or two, or it might be longer term. I think we said last time, didn't we, that failure to plan is like planning to fail. I know that's a bit of an old phrase, and I know that a lot of people will say, well, I haven't got time to plan, it doesn't matter about planning anyway because things change. But my view, it's about having a map on a journey. And if you don't have a map, you miss things.
Definitely.
One of the things I think is really important is when the borders open, we don't know what the situation is going to be. Yeah. So people are going to have to get ready for the possibility they're going to have to run their businesses differently. Do you agree?
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole planning thing, and budgeting is only the financial aspect of it. But the whole thing, it all contributes to the whole planning thing. And budgeting is just the financial aspect, which is also very important, giving us short span of time that we're planning towards. And it's very important that that's in place as well, because if we're only focusing on one thing and we don't look at the financial side of it, it's still not going to be, smoothly.
It's not. And people might only have very small amounts of money. So it's really important that they use those small amounts of money well. Eh?
Yes.
And that is planning. What worries me a lot of the time is people seem to equate planning with some big, complicated written document. And I don't see it like that at all. Yeah? I see it like a little, if I know where I'm heading, it's a guide to help me get there. And that includes looking at the money. It includes, you remember last time we talked about getting the building ready, didn't we? Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about the action, right? Like you mentioned in our last episode, you can't be doing a whole huge document on business plan and not have something, action active towards it.
Planning's a doing word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Writing a plan might be less active, but actually planning is doing, isn't it?
Definitely.
Something.
Definitely.
And I think that basically people have got to do something. Yeah. Did we talk last time about this whole thing about comfort zone? I can't remember.
I think we did that on our previous episode.
Because that's going to be important, because we don't know what it's going to be like in 7-8 weeks' time. we're going to have to be prepared for business maybe in a slightly different way. Yeah? And that's going to mean we are going to have to be outside our comfort zone and our normal way of doing things. And I think the more we can help each other now with planning, people like you and I, and the work we do as coaches, and in lots of ways that's what we do, isn't it? Just help people. We don't write people's plans for them, but we help them put those plans together and put them into practice.
Right. So there's a lot of activities happening around, right? There's a lot of business houses doing things that they're getting. If we are alert and if we're hungry for business, like we talked about last time, we would be looking at the opportunities and tap into the opportunities that are happening. There's tons of things that are happening that in line with getting people planning towards the borders opening. And like we mentioned in our last episode, some businesses are proactive towards it and some are not.
Yeah.
But it's getting our state of mind ready and getting ourselves ready for the action, right?
Yes, and I think that trying to create a buzz of activity. We've talked before, and a lot of negativity, obviously. But now I think the time for that is gone.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
It's really about what can people do now to be really active and positive. And again, the other thing I wanted to say is that sometimes other people are not necessarily as kind as they might be. Yeah. And sometimes what other people say about our plans or our ideas can be quite off-putting, can't they? I think we just have to learn sometimes not to listen to them, to trust ourselves.
They could be the dream takers.
Do you like that word?
Dream takers,
yes.
Yeah. Yes, it's they take your dream away, It's very demoralizing when you are surrounded with people like that. But we should just learn to focus on what is in front of us and keep focused.
I think it's about our journey, yeah. It's about where are we heading and what help can we do we need to get there. I mean, the whole thing about the dream takers is. They may be people quite close to us, but they may be people who are a little bit jealous. They generally think that we're not going to be able to do it. Perhaps they haven't got any good ideas themselves. And my experience is that a lot of the coaching I end up doing is just helping people with their own confidence. So beware the dream takers.
Right. So we're talking about a lot of things there. We're talking about planning as well, and some of the couple of the businesses that I'm coaching, they're now looking at they've been in the businesses that they've run was like a little quiet, and they're all looking forward to the borders opening and what plans that they have now that they're doing is like. They're selling handicrafts, right? So they're going back and restocking their stocks, taking their stocks and seeing which product is still good to be on the shelf and which one is not, and throw it away. And so I'm happy to see that these businesses are taking the step forward to do their own planning and waiting positively for the borders to open. And that's I'm very proud of what they're doing and the approach that they're taking.
And that's good to hear that, isn't it? Yeah. And then hopefully that message impacts on other people. So that when people do come into the country as visitors, they will see that they'll feel that positivity. Yeah? They're going to cafes, they're going to the handicraft stores, and people will be positive to all of them. Brings us to another P, which is about having the people to implement the plans.
Exactly.
Now, I think that's probably a bit of a challenge here. There are a lot of people who are not here. A lot of people have taken the opportunity to go overseas to seasonal work. So it's going to really put the focus, isn't it, on both making the most of our own talents and the talents of those people around us who are here. They may be friends, may be family, may be people who desperately need jobs.
Yeah.
One of the couple of guys that I was coaching last week, unemployed graduates, and they're setting up their own graduate recruitment agency. Now they've identified something like 30 unemployed graduates at the moment here who have tourism qualifications.
Okay.
So if anyone's listening to this and they want to recruit people with tourism qualifications, they should get in touch with us.
Did you say 30?
So they've identified 30 that they know. People who have done Bachelor of Tourism, who are currently either unemployed or they're doing non-tourism work and they want to do tourism work. Now that's without trying, they said. They said they just sat down and went through their own Facebook list and their own friends.
Okay.
Now that's interesting, eh?
Very interesting. So we've been hearing a lot of complaints about people traveling out and there's not enough manpower and there's not enough work people to do the job around here. But that's a very good feedback.
Yeah, and I mean they're convinced that there are quite sizable numbers of unemployed or and might be underemployed. It might be people who are doing jobs that are below what they're capable of doing. Yeah. I mean, I think the key here is the way we look at people. Yes, people have gone.
Mm-hmm.
But what on earth is the point of complaining about that? Yeah? We've got to look at the people around us. And I think probably that what that does is it forces businesses to think very carefully about who they want to employ. Hopefully, it forces people to think about the terms and conditions of employment. I mean, I would like to think that people are employed under better conditions maybe than they have been in the past. So people feel respected and they feel that they're going to be trained and given the opportunity.
Exactly.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Because that's going to build a workforce, isn't it?
Right.
And part of the opportunities for new NLR2 people is to go to New Zealand and Australia on seasonal work. Now that's just part of the big economic picture. Now my view is that if we can see everybody upskilled, then that gives employers a good pick of people. Yeah?
Definitely. So if you're watching and you're someone that's been trying to look for a job, being unemployed for a long time, this is an opportunity for you to take up. Every skill in a workplace is learnable. You can learn yourself to do new things and take this opportunity that people are leaving, but when you're still here, take this opportunity to learn, be proactive, and grab some opportunities that are around you. I believe that in the tourism industry or whatever industry that's there, all the job that we do, we learn to do these things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And we don't start with the skills, but we can develop them. Yeah. Now that's going to put pressure, I think, on employers, maybe to train better. Yeah. Maybe to put a bit more focus on the way they're developing their people, because they've got fewer people to choose from. So they even have to pay them a bit more.
True.
Yeah. But that can't be bad in the long run for the economy. I hope. No, it can't be.
Yes, definitely. So there's, like you said, there's a lot of things that are there for people to learn from. Yeah? We have this, we'll say it again, the coaching open day that's happening on the 31st of May. And we're appealing to everyone, please come around. I've put videos as well on my page on that, and I'm encouraging people to, take this opportunity to come and talk, come and have somebody listen to you. Chris always says there's no wrong questions. The only wrong questions you have is the one that you don't ask, right? Yes, so I'm taking this time to appeal to everyone that please come out from your comfort zone. What's holding you back from not coming out and asking questions, not coming out and just have somebody to talk to? We as coaches, our job is to listen to you people, and we don't judge, and we don't. All the information that you share with us is confidential, right?
Yeah.
And we're here to help. We're talking about people here, so if you are watching and listening to us talking, please come out and get some support from the people around you. It's a great opportunity.
And it's free.
Definitely.
And wouldn't it be fantastic if the fourth floor of the house was just packed full of people? Might not be good from COVID point of view, but it'd be great in terms of people having the opportunity to network with other people. Yeah?
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I think if we sit at home or sit on our own somewhere and we don't communicate with other people, we're never ever, of course, we're not going to achieve our plans.
Yes.
We've got to get out there and find other people.
Yes.
Maybe it is not going to be as easy as it has been in the past to recruit people, but that's the way things are changing, isn't it?
Right.
I mean, one of the neat things I think about a day like the 31st is that it should give people a chance to come and share with others.
Right.
Not just talk to you and me, but talk to each other. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good place to start. And I'm always emphasizing this because this is something that most events are not really, like it's a new thing for,
Right.
It's a new thing for everyone. And I'm really emphasizing this because I know it's going to help, because I've seen it firsthand. It helped me. Chris is a very good coach. He's mentored me to where I am now, and that's why I'm saying this, so that
So are people a bit shy? Is that?
People are shy, and some, I don't know. I guess it's pride.
Okay.
They don't want to come out and people to see that they need help or something.
Right.
Yes. So it's and also the confidence that needs to be.
I wonder if there's anybody in history who's achieved their goals without the help of other people. There won't be.
No.
All of us achieve our goals, don't we? Whether it's help from our parents or our families or it doesn't matter. Yeah. We all need help from others.
Right.
I mean, I think maybe people lack confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got to come into that building. They've got to come up to the top floor. But everyone should know our faces right now. And it's an opportunity.
Definitely.
And if you don't have the opportunity to come on the 31st, contact us. Yeah.
Yes, I know our contacts are running on the screen, so feel free to contact us, and yes.
Well, and you think about, and coaching happens in all parts of life, doesn't it? Yeah? Parents coach kids, let's face it. Yeah? They're just encouraging kids all the time to do a little bit better. And they might not use the word coaching, it might be just as about being a good mum or dad, but that's what's going on. Yeah? And coaching happens in sport, happens in business, happens in communities. And I think the more we can do that with each other, it can only have a positive effect on the economy when the borders are open.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris. This has been a really interesting conversation, and I hope the people that are watching are having key takeaways from the conversation that we just had. Thank you for those who are watching, and may I remind you, on the coaching day, open day that's happening, there's also something that, getting yourselves as business prepared. There's a stimulus package from the government that's still on, and if you need help, I accessing that, you can go to PCCI to get some assistance there to get your applications lodged.
PCCI is?
Vanuatu Chamber of Commerce. So you can go there as well to get your applications lodged. And yeah.
And isn't the financial services having an open day?
They're supposed to have, they're having that open day on the 16th.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that was another opportunity as well for businesses to get themselves registered so that they can have access to the stimulus package.
Okay.
Right.
Good.
Thank you, everyone. So next week, stay tuned. We will be talking about another P, but we'll catch up on our next session.
5 weeks to go.
Yes, we have 5 weeks
next time. Next time.
Right.
5 weeks.
Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we will be doing this every Thursday, 6 p.m. So stay tuned to Espresso page every 6 p.m. to have shows on different things that are happening around us. Thank you again. Stay safe and see you next week.
Take care, everybody.